start off in our comfortable seated position, which, as always, is whatever works for you for that initial range of motion or ranges of motion that we'll find. So same as last week, if you're someone that likes to find a cat and cow or a child's pose to cobra or something like that, and you'd like to start your practice tonight at hands and knees to facilitate that as your first range of motion, I'd like to invite you to make that transition to that position if that's what works for you. And we will start with our scan of the body, starting from the top of the head and moving to the tips of the toes. As you take that scan, this is without any judgment. So all that we're doing with our scan of the body is noticing how you're feeling, noticing where those points of tension are, noticing those spaces that maybe could use a little bit of extra love today, and also those places that feel particularly good this evening as we get moving. As you take that scan and you notice those places of tension, I invite you to start off your practice on the right foot for you with any initial range of motion that may work for you this evening. So like I said, maybe you're at hands and knees and you find that cat and cow or that child's pose to cobra flow. Maybe you're still in that seated position and a spinal twist or a lateral stretch feels good. Maybe you stretch those legs out long in front and fold it forward. Wherever you need to be, we'll take about 4 nice deep breaths, so nice and slow, moving into any of those initial ranges of motion, starting off your practice on the right foot for you this evening, really making it your own. Taking about 2 more nice deep breaths and finishing out that range of motion. So maybe you even up. Maybe you just use that to bring it back to comfortable seated, and we will start as usual with our couple of regular ranges of motion. So making your way back towards that comfortable seated if you moved away from it, finding your long spine, releasing your shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Maybe taking that scan of the body once again, releasing any tension through the jaw, releasing your tongue away from the roof of your mouth, the muscles in your face, your fingers and toes. We'll start with our roll of the head and the neck. If you like a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach those fingertips down to your sides. Our inhale finds our long spine. Our exhale drops the chin to the chest. And then we'll just roll the head side to side. So right here towards that right shoulder, and then down through center, left ear towards the left shoulder. So side to side, nice and easy, starting this off at your own pace. Finding that little bit of extra length through the neck. And that would be the purpose of reaching those fingertips down. So if you like to reach them out a little bit, or maybe even bring that opposite side hand around behind the back, feel free to do that as we get going. Taking about 2 more nice deep breaths, maybe once more on each side. As you finish that second deep breath, that next exhale drops the chin back to the chest. And then that inhale lifts that head back up nice and long. When you finish that out, we're going right into our rolls of the shoulders. So choosing a direction, finding those nice big circles, blow the shoulders up towards the ears, and then either to the front or to the back. A couple of nice circles there. And then go ahead and switch it up. Same thing, other direction. Fabulous. 2 more in that second direction, and then release those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Once again, we'll go into our lateral stretches next. So next big inhale, takes the arms out and up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch first and foremost, long away from center, fingertips up as high as they can go with your neck. Go ahead and take that first hand down towards your side. Opposite arm comes up over top. The hand can come down, the elbow can come down, and we'll go right into moving at your own pace here once you get down there. So that next inhale can pull you up through center, and exhale to that spin side. Moving side to side at a pace that works best for you. So feel free to move a little faster or slower. Feel free to find a little hold in one direction or the other. Just taking those couple of nice deep breaths. Finding that stretch every time you come through center, nice and long. Fabulous. Go ahead one more time in each direction. As always, feel free to hit that third change of direction to hit that second side. One final time, and we'll go right into our spinal twists whenever you finish that second direction. So as always, if you're someone that likes to have the arms up long as you come through center for our spinal twist, that next exhale can bring you right into it, bringing those arms down and opening those shoulders towards that side wall. That inhale pulls us through center. If you'd like to leave the arms low, you can. Or if you'd like to bring the arms high, you can. Exhale brings us side to side. Once again, moving at the pace that works best for you and your practice. So you can find a little bit of an extra hold, a little extra pressure through the hands, or you can get it moving a little bit faster and just use that kind of active range of motion, however far the spine goes for you. Once again, we'll take a couple nice deep breaths here, moving it side to side. Fabulous. And once more in each direction. Inhale, pulling you through center. Exhale, side to side. When you finish that second direction, your final time, that inhale pulls you back to center. And if you're someone who's taking those arms up, just go ahead and exhale, circle them down, around. We're going to take it into a little upper body stretch, upper body warm up next, or flow that we've done not in the recent past, but previously. So we're going to find our inhale to our nice long spine. I want you to go ahead and interlace those fingers, and then we're going to exhale to press the palms forward, tuck the chin in towards the chest, around the spine, towards that opposite wall. Your next inhale is going to pull the palms up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch long away from center. We're going to find a lateral stretch once in each direction, so you can release those fingertips. Taking your choice, you can either grab that opposite wrist with your hand or bring that opposite hand down to the mat. Inhale pulls us through center. Same thing, second side. You can grab that opposite wrist and pull up over top, or you can bring that same side hand down. Inhale pulls us up through center. Exhale circles the arms down and around. You can interlace the hands right behind the back, or you can place them right behind the hips. Our inhale pulls those shoulder blades together, pulls that chest apart, nice big chest opener, and then our exhale releases. We're just gonna do that twice more, so keep it on moving. Inhale to our long spine. Interlace those fingers, press the palms forward, chin towards, round the spine out. Inhale takes the palms up, nice and long. We've got one lateral stretch in each direction, so you can release those hands. One time down to that first side. Inhale through center, one time down to that second side. Inhale through center. Our exhale circles the arms down and around. Interlace or place behind the hips. Inhale to open through the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, releases that. One more time, just like that. Inhale, long spine. Interlace those fingers. Palms press forward. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, up. Lateral stretch once each direction. Exhale down to one side. Inhale through center. Exhale, second side. Inhale back through center. Final time brings us down and around. Interlace or place behind the back. Inhale to open up through the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. Fabulous work. All we're going to do to finish our warm up here is find a little lower body stretch. Instead of our seated lower body stretch, though, we're going to work our way kind of into an inchworm. We're going to inchworm it out and then back in. So we're going to start a forward fold at the back of our mat. So I want you to go ahead and bring it up to standing. Take a moment to make that transition. Bring it to the back of your mat. And then since this is, first of all, our first inversion of the day, but second of all, our first lower body stretch together of the day, I want you to just take your time. And from the back of your mat, all you're going to do is trace those fingertips down the legs, down the shins, holding it forward just as far as you feel comfortable going, fingertips towards the shins, the ankles, the toes. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths once you reach the edge of your range of motion. Feel free to have nice soft knees in this position if you need to. Like I said, first inversion, so if you need to go a little slower, maybe take a pause at that halfway, feel free. Alrighty, from here, we're going to inchworm it out and find our downward facing dog. So I want you to bend those knees until those fingertips meet the mat. When you get there, we're just going to walk those hands out to almost the top of our mat and then press those hips up and back into that downward facing dog. So again, second inversion of the day, second lower body stretch of the day. Take it easy on yourself. Alternate pressing those heels down or maybe pressing both up towards the ceiling and then down towards the floor. Taking a couple of moments, couple of breaths here. Fabulous. From here, we're just going to reverse it. So all I want you to do, slight bend in those knees, walk those hands back towards those toes. So we're back to the back of our mat and we're in that forward fold once again. Again, maybe we've got that gentle bend in those knees. Maybe you're only halfway down. If you're a little congested with your allergies like I am, maybe we're not quite feeling that full forward fold just yet. And then one more time, we're going to inchworm it out to our downward facing dog. So bending those knees, planting those hands, walking it out, and then pressing those hips up and back, finding that stretch through the back of the legs. Fabulous. This time, instead of inchworming it back, we're going to inchworm it forward. So toes are going to come forward to meet those hands. Once again, maybe you just find that little stretch as you walk forward and then bring it to that forward fold. Nice. Next inhale, nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. I want you to roll it all the way up to our extended mountain. So nice and slow, start at the tailbone and then bring it up all the way through the spine till you reach the shoulders, till you reach the neck, the head, and then those arms come up overhead for one more big stretch, long away from center. Exhale, circle the arms down to right. Alrighty, fabulous. If there's any final range of motion that'll feel good to get you started, a standing spinal twist, another fold, another little stretch, feel free to take it. If you prefer to take a sip of your beverage or take a moment to do something else, feel free to do that. We've got 2 breaths here and then we're getting into our flow. So take a moment, kind of recenter. We're meeting standing at the top of our mat. All right. Okay, so find that mountain pose. As always with your mountain pose, the feet can be right underneath the hips. They can be a little wider. They can be a little narrower, wherever you want to get started. We're going to start kind of basic as we get going and just build from there. So we're going to start off with 2 nice deep breaths. On the second one, we'll take it into our forward fold. Feel free to lead with those arms. That first one can take you out and up. Exhale, just circles the arms down and around. Second inhale takes us up. Exhale is going to fold us forward, so fingertips towards those toes. Once again, back into that fold, nice and easy. Maybe you still got that gentle bend in those knees. Maybe you still aren't quite all the way into that fold. Fabulous. Let's take a halfway lift. Inhale to our flat back, long spine. Exhale to fold it forward. From here, we're going to take it nice and easy back into our crescent lunge. So I want you to take that right foot, step it back nice and long, toes meet the mat, heel stays up, and then we're going to sweep those arms up into that crescent lunge. I want you to take a moment here to just take that scan of the body in this different position. We've got a nice bend in that left knee. That right leg is nice and long. Maybe you feel that stretch through the right hip flexor. Working on activating through your core to find your balance. We're going to do a little balance work tonight. So just getting ready for that, getting the lower body ready for that. From here, we're going to take it just into our downward facing dog. So I want you to fold it forward. We're going to plant those hands and take that left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog, taking once again, one more moment here. We're taking this into our low flow. So like I said, we're keeping it simple tonight, floating the shoulders out over the wrists. We're in our high push-up plank position. I want you to focus on the arms, send the elbows straight back, toes or knees, lower it down, chest meets the mat. When the chest gets to the mat, the top of those feet also meet the mat, and then we inhale to press it up, baby cobra or cobra. Fabulous. From here, I want you to activate your core, turn those toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Same thing, second side, step that left leg back nice and long, toe down, heel up, nice bend in that right knee, find your balance, sweep the arms up, crescent. Once again, take that just slight analysis of the body, that nice bend through that right knee. We've got that little bit of a stretch through that left hip flexor. Our core is active, our lower body is active, little balance. Nice, next exhale, folds us forward. Fingertips come to the mat, we move to that downward facing dog. Right leg goes back to meet the left. Hips go up and back, ears between the biceps. Here comes that little low flow. Float the shoulders out over the wrists. Nice and slow and controlled from the toes or knees. We lower all the way down. When the chest meets the mat, the tops of those feet also meet the mat. We inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Activate the core, turn the toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Inhale is going to take us all the way up, extended mountain. Arms come up overhead when you reach that nice long spine. Exhale circles the arms down and around. We're keeping it moving, you guys. Let's find another inhale, take the arms out now. Exhale brings us into that forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift to our flat back, long spine with that next inhale. Exhale, fold this forward. We're changing it up just a little bit this time. Right leg's gonna still step back nice and long, but before we take it into our crescent lunge, I want you to keep that right hand down, and we're gonna find our spinal twist in this low lunge. Left arm's gonna sweep up towards the ceiling. We don't want too much pressure through that right hand, so we're using our core to kind of keep us upright. Next exhale brings that left hand back down, and then we're gonna go into our crescent lunge. The arms up, find your balance. Excellent. As always, as I add on here, if there's something that doesn't feel like a good add-on for you, no need to add it on. You can keep it right where we were when we started. Let's fold it forward, fingertips come to the mat. This time, let's move it through our three-legged dog rather than just directly to that downward facing dog. So left leg is gonna go up and back, little stretch, toes towards the ceiling, and then it's gonna come down to meet the right. Here comes our low flow, shoulders over wrists, nice and slow, toes or knees be lower down. Top of the feet meet the mat, inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, turns those toes over, activate the core, press the hips up and back, down dog. Bend the knees, step or hop the feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Back to that second side, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folds us forward. This time, left leg's gonna step back nice and long. Toe meets the mat, heel stays up, spinal twist. Left hand stays down, right arm opens. Exhale brings that right hand back down. Inhale sweeps the arms up, crescent. Excellent, nice bend through that right knee, nice long left leg. Exhale, folds us forward, fingertips to the mat, through our three-legged dog to our downward facing dog. Right leg goes up and back, nice little stretch, and then comes down to meet the left. Low flow, shoulders float out over wrists, toes or knees, chaturanga lowers us down. Inhale presses us up, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale turns the toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to our extended mountain. Excellent, just circle those arms down and around. Let's keep it going. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us forward. Halfway lift, same as before, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Right leg steps back nice and long. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up, spinal twist. You can bring that left hand back down and then bring those arms up, or from this spinal twist, you can take it into our kind of counter twisted crescent lunge. So pressing off of that right hand, bringing the torso up, we've got that little bit of balance here. From there, I just want you to sweep your left arm forward and bring it back to that regular crescent. Those nice long arms. We're gonna take that to our warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open up. Nice, all right, here we go. Let's cartwheel it down. Left hand, right heel lift. Three-legged dog to downward facing dog. Plant those hands, left leg goes up and back. And then we bring it down to meet the right. Low flow, shoulders float out over wrists, toes or knees, we lower through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to turn those toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Other side, here we go, halfway lift, flat back, spine. Exhale, folds us forward. Left leg's gonna step back nice and long. Spinal twist. Left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Once again, if you'd like to, that right hand can come back down and you can go to the crescent from there, or that counter twisted crescent, we're pressing off of that left hand, bringing the torso up. When you get to that long spine, that right arm sweeps forward and we bring it back into that regular crescent lunge. Here comes our warrior two. Left heel turns down, arms open up. Still that nice bend in that right knee. Let's reel it down. Right hand, left heel. Three-legged dog to downward facing dog. Right foot presses up and back and then comes down to meet the left. Low flow, floats the shoulders out over the wrist. Toes or knees chaturanga to cobra or upward facing dog. Which brings us to downward facing dog. Keep that core active. Don't let that pressure come into that lower back. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. We're gonna go through one more round before we take a little break. Exhale, just brings the arms down and around. Inhale takes us up. Stick with me, you guys. We're almost there. We'll take a little break next. Exhale, folds us forward. Halfway lift to our flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Right leg's gonna step back nice and long. Toe meets, heel stays up, right hand stays down, left arm opens up. Inhale, presses us up into that counter twist. Rather than sweeping that left arm forward, this time we're gonna take it all the way over to our warrior two. So I want you to lengthen that left leg, lengthen those arms, turn the torso and the hips, turn that right heel down, and then bend back into it, into our warrior two. That left knee comes back to that bend. Those arms come nice and long. Let's add our peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. That right hand can go down towards the floor or around behind the back. That little bit of an extra stretch, half bind. Our exhale's gonna cartwheel us all the way down. Left hand, right heel. Three-legged dog, presses that left leg up and back. It comes down to meet the right. Here comes our low flow, shoulders over wrists, toes or knees. We lower, chaturanga. Press the chest up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, turns the toes under, press those hips up and back, down dog. Bend the knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. One more time through, we just gotta hit that other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold it forward. Left leg's gonna step back nice and long this time. Toe down, heel up, spinal twist, left hand down. Right arm opens. We're gonna lift into that twisted crescent lunge. So pressing off of that left hand. We've still got that bend in that right knee. So we're gonna do that whole counter twist this time. So lengthening that right leg, arms come up over, torso and hips change direction, left heel turns down, bend into that right knee, open the arms. Nice, there we go. Flip that front palm, we've got our peaceful, lift it up and back. Again, that left hand can go down towards the floor or around behind the back. For that extra little bit of a stretch, we're cartwheeling all the way down. Right hand's gonna come down, left hand's gonna come over and down, left heel's gonna come up. Three-legged dog to downward facing dog to low flow, shoulders over wrists, toes or knees, chaturanga lowers us down, press the chest up when you reach the floor, cobra or up dog. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. Bend those knees, step or hop the feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale, circles the arms down and around. All right, awesome. That was a lot. We kept moving. Great job. Feel free to grab a sip, take any range of motion, take a moment here, kind of reset, resettle. We'll keep going. We'll keep adding to it. I've got a few more little challenges for us coming up. All right. Excellent. Alrighty. Okay, you guys. So making our way back to the top of our mat, we're going to keep it moving. Like I said, I've got a few more little challenges coming at us. couple more balance challenges. So my disclaimer here, same as it was before, is that as I continue to add, if there's anything that is not right for you this evening, just keep it right where we had it. Don't push it past where your limits are this evening. I want it to be challenging, but I don't want it to be too much. So feel free to take that step back if you need to at any point. And even with that low flow as we do it, if the wrists aren't feeling good tonight and you'd prefer to do your child's pose into your cobra instead of your down dog to chaturanga to cobra, I would invite you to do that as well. So making your way back to the top of your mat. We're gonna start the same way that we did before with those 2 deep breaths. The second one will take us into our forward fold. So our inhale takes the arms out lift. Our exhale just circles the arms down and around. On the second one, we'll find our fold. Inhale takes us out left. Exhale folds us forward. Fingertips towards the toes, towards the shins, towards the ankles. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward. Here we go. Right leg steps back nice and long, toes down, heel up. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up, spinal twist. Our inhale takes us up to that nice counter twisted crescent lunge. Those arms are nice and long, that torso is nice and long. Here's an extra little bit of a challenge. If you'd like to work on your balance this evening, rather than just coming up and over, I'm gonna bring my balance to my left leg. I'm gonna step it forward and lift my knee. Then I'm gonna turn my torso, open the arms in the opposite direction, and step it back once again. So right leg's gonna step back, and then I'm gonna bring it into that warrior 2. Just an extra option if you'd like to work on that balance. Let's take it to peaceful. Flip that left palm, lift it up and back. Exhale brings us back out to center. Don't cartwheel it down just yet. Let's take it to our extended side angle. Left hand is gonna come down towards the knee. You can rest the elbow down. You can keep it floating. You can point those fingertips down. Right arm is gonna come up over top. That little side body stretch. From here, we're gonna take it all the way down. Left hand is gonna come down and turn that right hip in, that right heel up. Right hand comes down. Left leg goes to our 3-legged dog. Pressing it up and back. Bring it down to meet the right. Low flow, here we go. Shoulders over wrists, toes underneath, chaturanga. Press the chest up, cobra or up dog. Turn the toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Inhale, take your halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Left leg's gonna step back nice and long. Here comes that crescent lunge. Left hand stays down, right arm opens up into that spinal twist. Here comes that counter twist. Press off that left hand, bring it up to that counter twist. All right, so once again, you can just take it up over top if you'd like to, or here's our challenge. I'm stepping off of my left foot, finding my balance on my right, little knee lift. This is where I change my torso direction. Arms come up and through, and then I'm gonna step my left leg back nice and long once again, and bring it down to my warrior 2. Left heel comes down, arms stay open, fabulous, peaceful, flips the right palm, lifts it up and back. Exhale brings us all the way back out. We've got our extended side angle. Right elbow comes down towards that right knee. Again, you can set it down, you can reach those fingertips down, left arm comes up over top. Inhale brings us back, exhale, cartwheels us down. Right hand, turn that hip under, left heel turns up, left hand comes down. Here comes our 3-legged dog to downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Bring the right foot down to the left, low flow, or like I said, if you'd like that child's pose to cobra, I want you to feel free to find that. Everyone meets in that cobra or up dog, and then turn those toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Excellent, bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. Nice work, you guys. Exhale just circles the arms, turn around. All right, here we go. Let's go back after it. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us forward, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds it forward. Right leg steps back nice and long, toe down, heel up. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up. Here comes that counter twist. Bring it up, nice long torso. All right, you've got those same 3 options as before. If you'd like that balance challenge, we're stepping onto that left leg, we're lifting that right leg. When you get to that balance position, turning the torso, kind of changing your center of gravity, and then stepping that right leg back, turning that right heel down, open those hips, warrior 2. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lift it up and back. Let's take it out to our extended side angle, back through center. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up over top. Again, elbow can meet knee, or you can bring it down. Fabulous for cartwheeling it down. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down, right hip turns under. Extra option for your challenge for your low flow is going to be to float that 3-legged dog. So my left leg is going to stay up. I'm going to float my shoulders over my wrists. You can still do this from the knee if you'd like to. Bring it down before you hit that cobra. That left foot meets the mat, and then press it up into your cobra up dog. Turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Hold it forward, fabulous work, you guys. Left leg steps back this time, nice and long. Left hand down, right arm opens. Here comes that counter twist. Pressing up, finding our long torso. Same 3 options as before. You can keep those left toes down if you'd like. You can bring it up onto that right foot, turning the torso around, opening the arms the opposite direction, and then stepping that left foot back. Once again, that warrior 2 comes next. Left heel turns down, arms are open, hips are open. Peaceful, flips the front palm, lift it up back. Let's take it out to our extended side angle next. Right elbow comes towards that right knee. Left arm comes up over top. We're bringing it all the way down from here. So that right hand comes down, that hip turns under, that left heel lifts. Left hand plants, right leg, 3-legged dog. Again, another option, you can set that toe down, or you can do that floating 3-legged dog all the way through your chaturanga. It meets right before you press up into cobra. Nice, exhale, turns those toes under. Hips press up and back. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, rolls us all the way up, extended mount. Exhale, circles the arms down and around. All right, we're coming towards the end of our first 40 minutes. We've still got a few minutes left. So I'm just gonna do a little baby version of this. It's gonna find a little bit more of a stretch instead of a flow. So finding the top of your mat, give me that inhale to take the arms up. Our exhale folds us forward. We're gonna step the right leg back nice and long, but instead of finding that twist, we're gonna meet that right knee to our mat. We're gonna find that exhale to press those hips forward. And we're gonna find that inhale to press them back. Lengthen the front leg, lift the front toes, hinge forward at the hips for that left leg hamstring stretch. Exhale presses us back to that lunge, curls the right toe under, lifts the right knee. We're gonna go through 3-legged dog to down dog, left leg up and back, and then set that left leg down to meet the right. Knees down wide, hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Forward to cobra, hips come forward. You can pull the knees underneath the hips, finding that nice little front side body stretch. Curl the toes under, press the hips up and back. We're bending the knees, we're stepping or hopping those feet forward to meet those hands. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward, same thing, second side. Left leg's gonna step back nice and long. This time that left knee meets the mat. Our exhale presses those hips forward. Our inhale presses the hips backwards, lengthens the right leg, lifts the right toes, hinge forward at the hips for that stretch. Nice, exhale, presses it forward, back to that lunge. Curl the left toe under, lift the left knee. Right leg goes back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Knee down wide, hips back towards the heels. And from here, I'm just gonna bring it up to that seated position. All right, fabulous. All right, that being said, without further ado, we'll meet at the top of our mat. We're gonna start the same way that we did before with those 2 nice deep breaths. That first one will just be a big inhale and exhale, leading with those arms. Our second one is going to take us into our forward fold. That next inhale brings us to our halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward. Right leg's going to step back nice and long, toes down, heel up. Got that right hand down, that left arm is going to open up into our twist. We're taking this up into our twist crescent lunge, pressing off of that right hand, bringing in that nice twisted spine. That left knee is bent. Here comes balance challenge if you would like it. We're pressing it onto that left leg, that right knee lifts. When you get there, finding your balance, switching the torso, and then stepping that right leg back nice and long, toes down, heel up. Here we go into that warrior two. Heel turns down, arms are still open, left knee is bent. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. Exhale brings us back out, and we bring it to our extended side angle. The left arm down towards that left knee, the right arm comes up to the top. Big stretch, fabulous. We're taking it back down. So left hand comes down, we turn that hip in, that right heel up, that right fingertips meet. Left leg, three-legged dog. All right, and change it up a little bit from the floor. So we're bringing it to our cobra, however you'd like to get there. With that left leg lifted, with that left leg bringing it down. We're bringing it to our cobra. Don't go to our down dog yet. We're going to add our spinal twist. So from cobra, I want you to lower it down. You can still keep a little pressure in those palms. We're going to take that right foot. I'm going to bend my knee. You can take your arms out a little wider if you'd like, or they can be right under the, right outside the chest for a little more support. With that bent knee, I'm just going to bring those toes over and open my hip towards my right wall. So a spinal twist here, again, wherever the hands are comfortable. So I like a little less pressure on my chest in this one, so I press up a little bit. If you'd like to, you could take those arms out nice and long, depending on where you're comfortable here. We're going to bring it back through center. So I want you to bring that right knee back down, extend that right leg out long. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. Bend the left knee, point those toes up, bring it up and over, open that left hip. Left toes come down on the other side of that right leg. Again, wherever that upper body's comfortable, we'll spinal twist. Let's bring it back to center. So left knee comes back down, left goes back to the mat. Back up to that cobra or up dog. Here, down. Curl those toes under, hips up and back. Fabulous. Bend those knees, hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Half lift, flat back, spine. Exhale, fold this forward. Left leg's going to step back nice and long this time. Toes down, heel up, left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Comes that counter twisted crescent lunge, pressing it up. Using your core to get there. Same options as before, taking our weight to our right leg if you'd like that balance challenge. Left knee lifts when you get there. Torso change directions. And then we step that left leg back nice and long, toes meet. That heel comes down for our warrior two. Nice bend in that right knee. Peaceful, flips that right palm, lift up and back. Exhale brings us back out, nice and long. And then we bring it out to our extended side angle. Right elbow towards that right knee, left arm up. All right, we're bringing it down. Right fingertips come down, right hip turns under, right heel lifts up. Three-legged dog. Choose any option of that chaturanga that you would like. Toes down, toes up, knee down, knee up. Bring it to that cobra, meeting me there. Exhale brings the chest back down towards the mat. Spinal twist once each direction. Right toes point up. We lift the knee and toss them right over top for that spinal twist. Bring it back through center. Right knee comes down. Right leg goes out long. Left knee bends, goes up. Bring it over on the other side. Fabulous. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Left knee comes down. Before we bring it up, we're going to do just kind of a little bit of a quad stretch, a bow stretch. I want you to bend that right knee once again, toes up towards the ceiling. I want you to take that right hand around and reach for those toes. And then I just want you to press the foot and the hand into each other, just slightly lifting that right knee off of the mat. Exhale, releases that knee down, release those toes down. Same thing, second side. Left toes point up. Left arm reaches around, grabs those toes. Press the toes and the fingers into each other, a little half bow. Exhale, releases that down. Toes come down. Back to our cobra. Press the chest up. Activate the core. Turn the toes under. Push the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Bend those knees. Step up those feet forward to meet those hands. Inhale all the way up. Extended mouth. Exhale, circles the arms down and around. Nice. All right, here we go. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us forward. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Fabulous work, you guys. Right leg steps back, and long toes down, heel up, right hand down, left arm open, spinal twist. Next inhale presses us up to that counter twist. Same couple of options to get to that warrior two. Take the one that works best for you. Take it nice and slow. Keep the core activated. And then when you finish it out, we're over in that warrior two. Right heels turn down. Arms are nice and wide. Fabulous. Flip that left palm, lift it up and back. Peaceful. Bring out to that extended side angle. Arms come nice and long. Left elbow goes towards that bent left knee. We're cartwheeling all the way down. Turn that right hip under, right heel lifts. Three-legged dog. Left leg presses up and back. Chaturanga any way that it works for you. Cobra. And bring it back on down. We've got that spinal twist once in each direction. Right toes lift. Up over top. Bring it back to center. Same thing, second side. And back to center. Option to take this up one more notch is to bring it to that full bow. You can always do both single if you'd like to, or you can bend both knees, toes, both point up. Same side hands go to grab those feet, and then we press the feet and the hands into each other. Upward facing bow. If that's not your groove today, just feel free to do 1 foot at a time. And if you do that 1 foot at a time, go ahead and switch right here. Give me one more inhale. Exhale, releases, both toes down. We're back in that cobra. Chest up. Turning those toes under, activate the core, hips back, downward facing dog. We've got one more time. We've just got to hit back to side, bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back on spine. Exhale, folds us forward. Left gonna step back nice and long this time. Left stays down, right up. Counter twist, crescent lunge, press off that left hand, bring it up to center. That little balance option if you like it. We're taking our weight onto our right foot, lifting that left knee, changing the direction of our torso, and then stepping that left foot back nice and long. When you get there, warrior two. Left heel turns down, open just a little bit, peaceful, flips that right palm, lift it up and back. Exhale brings us out to our extended side angle. Right elbow towards that bent right knee, left arm up over top. Cartwheel it down, right hand comes down, right heel turns up, left hand comes down, three-legged dog. Right foot presses up and back, chaturanga any way you would like it. Toes up, toes down, shoulders over wrists, toes or knees. Cobra. We're bringing it down for our spinal twist. Right toes point up, come up top. Nice, bring it through center. Same thing, second side. Excellent, bring it back center. Same options, you can do that full bow, or you can do half, just 1 foot at a time. Reaching around, grabbing that same side foot, pressing the tops of the feet and the palms together, or the fingers together. If you found that halfway, go ahead and switch it up to that other leg. One more big inhale. Exhale, releases. Take it up to that cobra or up dog. Turn those toes under, hips up and back, down dog. Bend the knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Forward fold. Inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale circles the arms down and around. All right, fabulous. I'm just gonna grab a quick sip of my water, and then same as that meeting, we'll just do a quick little couple of last stretches to lead us to our Shavasana. If you'll take a moment, wherever you're at, if you need a range of motion or the wrist, spinal twist. Kind of. Alrighty. And then making your way back to the top of your mat, I'm going to do a little half pigeon just to kind of finish us off here. Our inhale takes us out. Our exhale folds us forward, fingertips towards the toes. Let's still find our halfway lift to our flat back. Fine. And fold it forward. I want you to step it all the way back to our downward facing dog. So bend those knees, plant those hands, step both feet back, press those hips up and back. All right, right leg is going to take it to our three-legged dog. Press that heel up towards the back wall. Bend left knee. We're sweeping our right leg forward. The shin is going to meet the mat underneath the hips. The top of that left foot is then going to meet the mat. We're sinking the hips down. We're going to take a couple breaths in our half pigeon here. So wherever you need to be with that right leg as it's kind of bent under your body, feel free to bring it down to the elbows if you'd like, or the forehead, the backs of the hands. Taking just a moment there. As always, it's one that if you don't practice it super often, might feel a little tight. Hips might be up a little bit higher. That's okay. Breathe into it. Shouldn't be a painful range of motion, but it can be kind of intense. If you'd like to add that quad stretch to it, please feel free to come to those palms, reach that left arm around to those left toes pointing up towards the ceiling. If that's something that feels good for you, please feel free to keep it right back at that half pigeon without the stretch. If you did find it, go ahead and release those toes back down. All we're going to do is switch sides. So if you have a way that you would prefer to switch sides instead of through downward facing dog, I invite you to do that. If not, we're curling the left toe under, lifting the knee. As we send the hips up, we're sending that right foot back to meet the left. And then our left leg takes us to our three-legged dog, bends the right knee, sweeps left leg under, shin meets the mat underneath those hips, top of the right foot meets the mat. You've got palms, you've got elbows, you've got forehead to the backs of the hands. Maybe the side feels a little different than the first. That's okay. Fabulous. If you'd like to add that quad stretch, as always, that's an option. Bring those right toes up, reaching that right arm around. And maybe this side's different. Maybe this side doesn't feel good on the quad stretch. That's okay. Maybe the first side didn't, but this side does. That's okay. If you did find that nice and easy, go ahead and release that foot back down, bring it back through center. We're going to meet in our child's pose. If you have a way that you would prefer to get there instead of through that downward facing dog, feel free to. If not, right toe curls under, left foot goes back to meet the left or the right, and then those knees come down wide, those hips step back towards the heels. Child's pose. If it feels good here, you can walk those hands left or right. You can find one side, make sure you switch it up. And if you found that second side, go ahead and bring them back to center. From here, we've got about a minute and a half or 2 minutes left. So we are going to take just a brief time for a little final shavasana. I'd like to invite you, if anything but this child's pose is going to be more comfortable, to make any transition. So you could bring it up to comfortable seated on the shins or set the hips to the side. You can bring it all the way over and down onto your back. You could make your way to legs up the wall. You could stay in child's pose. Wherever you need to be, we'll take a couple of nice deep breaths. As you make that transition, I invite you to find any final range of motion. So if you made your way onto your back, maybe it's a knee pulled into the chest or a happy baby. If you're in that child's pose, maybe it's a child's pose to cobra a few times. If it's legs up the wall, maybe you bring one down towards the side and then the other leg down towards the side. If you found comfortable seated, maybe it's a fold forward or a butterfly. Taking about 3 more nice deep breaths. If there's anything but your final resting position, that feels good. Maybe it's as simple as just rocking the head side to side. Good. Take one more nice deep breath, and with your exhale, I just want you to find some sort of stillness. So wherever you need to be for that, maybe you take the body out long, maybe you just press back to that child's pose. You were already still, and that feels good. Just finding a little bit of stillness. So you can focus completely on the breath. These final couple of moments, focusing on pulling all of that into the lungs, breath, inhale. And that exhale just gets rid of all that used air, all that old air. As you inhale, finding that extension through the chest, through the belly, through the ribs, allowing space for the lungs. As you exhale, finding a little bit of extra release into that still final position. Allowing gravity to maybe pull you a little closer towards the floor. Allowing a little bit of final relaxation. Finishing off our practice today with one more scan of the body, starting from the top of the head and moving to the tips of the toes. Position is a little different than where we started. Maybe it feels a little different. Just noticing it, noticing how you're feeling, noticing any places that change throughout our practice, noticing if it stayed the same. As always, this final Shavasana, if you would prefer to stay here for a little bit longer, I invite you to stay right where you are as we finish out our practice. If you would prefer to move out of it, I want you to find that next inhale to find a little extra length, whether you take the arms overhead from that on your back, whether you're in pose and you bring it up to cobra. You exhale, I want you to pull it in towards center. If you're on your back, maybe it's knees in towards the chest. If you're seated, maybe it's a fold forward. Maybe you press back to that child's pose one more time. And I'd like you to choose your favorite way to transition back to your comfortable seated position. Rolling towards your favorite side, or just bringing it up to those shins, making your way nice and easy back to that comfortable seat. When you get there, we're going to finish off with 2 nice deep breaths. That first one, just leading with those arms as we inhale, taking them out. Exhaling to circle them down and around. On the second and final one, those palms are going to meet overhead. Inhale takes us out, palms meet up overhead. Exhale pulls the hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for practice this evening, especially for these extra 20 minutes. I so appreciate that you're willing to spend a full hour on your Monday night. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, great rest of your week. The light in me honors the light in you. Bowing, as we say, namaste.